In this video, I'm going to be talking about leverage and how to build leverage to get to that next level in your business. If you don't already know me, my name's Jeremy Pogue. I help online coaches kind of stuck between like 5 and 30K a month, scale to 50 to 100K a month. I went from 0 to 50K in my first 5 weeks, 0 to 80K a month or $1 million a year in about 5 months. So let's get straight into it, guys. So what's really the difference between someone down here stuck between 5 and 30K a month and someone way up here doing 80 to 100K a month, right? So someone that's kind of doing 6 figures and somebody doing 7 figures a year. What's the main difference, right? They're both coaches. They both got a business. They could have been both in the game for the same amount of time. What really separates them? At the end of the day, it really comes down to leverage. The 7-figure entrepreneurs, they're thinking a lot bigger. So the things that they do, their actions reflect that. They build leverage in their business. They build leverage in their life. And that's what helps them get from here up to here exponentially. And what I mean by that is down here, like you're probably still doing a lot of things manually and you're working like a dog. Like I'll tell you right now, during my like 80K month, and I'm just coming out of right now, I've had to work way less than I was down here. I was working like a freaking dog down here, putting in early mornings, late nights, long days. Whereas up here, I work like 4 or 5 hours a day. Like that's it. Because I built leverage. I've got 1 team member, well, 1.5. And like one's an editor, one's my appointment setter. That's it, right? And I'll kind of break it down step by step here and just kind of like show you guys exactly what I mean. Pulling this guy up as well, because like, as you know, this is pretty much like what I built my whole program off of and how I've kind of like run my business and scaled it so quickly. If you are not too familiar with this, check out some of my other videos on the channel. How I built $1 million a year business in 5 months or something like that, or 50K in 5 weeks. I kind of break this all down. If we take our business and we look at it like a funnel, right? Up here is kind of sales and marketing, like acquisition. Down here is delivery. Right? Pretty straightforward. So if we look at it and kind of break it down step by step and we start from the top, what's somebody who's doing 5 to 30K a month doing to get new eyeballs, to get new traffic? Well, they're probably doing it very manually. They're probably hitting Facebook groups. They're probably sending cold DMs. They're probably just making tons of content, just crossing their fingers and praying that one of them's gonna go viral, that one of them's gonna get a bunch of views and bring a whole bunch of people to them. Me, I don't really like the unpredictability of that. I don't like the inconsistency of that. And I just don't like the fact that you have zero control over it. The last thing I wanted to do in the entire world was to hit Facebook groups and spam them and send cold DMs to people. So straight out the gate, I just blasted ads, started running ads. And guess what? By adding leverage in my top of funnel traffic mechanism, I now have people coming to me, my dream customers, every single day coming to me, seeing me as the authority, as somebody who can actually help them out and an expert in my field. And so they're already coming to me with a solution. I've dug into their pain points. They're following me for a reason, right? They're coming to me for a reason. And they see me as somebody who can potentially help them solve the problem that they came to me for in the first place. So completely leverage that. I made 1 ad like a month ago, maybe not even now, and just blasting that, a couple $100 a day, just going nuts. And I just increased the budget. I was just spending like $100 a day. And then finally my daily spend limit increased and I can spend 200 a day as of like 2 days ago. I added leverage by running ads because what that did is now I don't have to literally think about it. Launched 1 ad a month ago. It just prints cash. It's insane. And I literally don't have to think about traffic. I just have people coming to me every single day and hearing about me, right? So from there, now we've got eyeballs pretty much fully automated. Now we got to turn those eyeballs into customers, right? We still got to get them down here. So middle of funnel to warm them up and to nurture them, turn them from traffic and eyeballs into actual leads and prospects. I added leverage by hiring an editor to help me out, right? Edit my content and then have video sales letters, make them one time, and then they just print cash for you, make a lot of money because they just do a lot of the selling for you, right? That's like a really big key that nobody really talks about much. At the end of the day, all of these are sales assets. You create them one time, they just chip away and nurture your audience and warm them up over time, right? So rather than kind of like trying to warm somebody up by just hitting more touch points and following up with them and stuff like that, and like it's very manual and time consuming, leverage it by building a bit of a platform, building an audience and actually making sales assets, because that's what's going to help you not have to follow up with anybody. I don't follow up with anybody, right? People just come to me. I've got a 71% closing rate this year, first 4 months of the year. I've just done this, right? Like it's pretty straightforward. So that's how I kind of added some leverage in the middle of the funnel, right? By building a bit of an audience, making some content, creating disgusting VSLs. And if you are in the program and you've gone through the VSL training, you're lucky. You're very fortunate. Bottom of funnel. How do we leverage this, right? So you're probably hitting your DMs, having tons of conversations with people, trying to book calls, right? You're probably booking a few here and there, right? A few every week, kind of unpredictable and consistent. So what do? I don't like to spend any time on Instagram in my DMs. So I hired an appointment setter. Now I don't have to. I don't have to think about it. All I have to do is just post stories every day. And I can even leverage that too. I could probably outsource that and delegate that to my setter at some point, but it's kind of fun. So I don't right now, but that's how you do it, right? Get yourself out of the trenches, put the right people in the right place. How I help my clients do that is like, there's literally a database full of people that have applied for appointment setter jobs to work for my company. And now my clients can just kind of pull from that list and just like interview people, hire them just like that. It's really straightforward. And then run them through my appointment setting training to speed them up. But yeah, and then get them onto a call and then make an offer, right? So if you're still taking all your sales calls, you're not very leveraged because you still have to trade your time for money, trade your time being on a sales call with somebody in order to get money. So the next step is to hire a closer, a sales rep, somebody to take your calls for you, right? But obviously you can't have a setter and a closer if you don't have enough leads coming through, right? It all starts right at the top. If you're getting the leads, but they're not very good, they're not qualified, they don't really know you, like you, trust you yet, then that means this is kind of broken and that's not really leveraged to the degree it should be. So yeah, that's pretty much how you leverage the top of funnel, add leverage to the middle and the bottom. And then delivery. Nobody talks about this. In my Slack channel yesterday, in my community, I hosted a workshop on how to build a really good product, how to build a really good program. One of my clients thought it was really funny because he's like, bro, you're the only coach that's actually talking about delivery and helping us help our clients better. I was like, yeah. And I'm the only coach actually getting clients results, right? It doesn't happen. It's not a coincidence. It didn't happen by accident. Yeah. So anyways, this is really important. Long story short. But essentially, if you're manually onboarding every single client, you don't have any automations, there's no system there, then it can be very sloppy, very manual, and not good. So then you add leverage by automating your onboarding process, really dialing it in, getting crystal clear on exactly step by step what they need to do, where it gets to the point where you can click one little button, a new customer is onboarded, they got access to everything they need, they can already start getting results and going to town and start working. Yeah. And then this is all leverage too, right? Build a course, build a program. So that way, instead of like selling one-to-one time, because like when I was down here, I was selling my one-to-one time, right? Lots of one-to-one time down here. And that's not scalable. I built out a program, a course. And so now I didn't have to teach my clients the concepts and the principles, the lessons, the strategies, the tactics. So, hey, go through this training to learn the stuff and then come to me and we'll apply it. So one-to-one time went way down and my free time went way up. So I could actually work on the business instead of in it. Community, same kind of thing. When your customers and your clients inside of your community are networking with each other, they're asking questions in there, other people are chiming in, answering them. And that's when you create a really thriving community and one that makes it so not all roads lead back to you as the person with the answers, right? And that's where you build a really valuable community. And then coaching calls too, right? If you're selling one-to-one, well, introduce a couple group coaching calls per week. So that way people, if they just have really simple questions, they can hop on, ask their questions, get them answered, get out, get back to work. And then that's how you really leverage and systemize your results. And then you dump those results right back into the top, get a lot more people coming through and stuff like that. And like, I've got my Slack channel pulled up here. Andrea just signed a new client, I think. So you can follow commission. Oh, cool. Did 5K last few days. I think it was in announcements. I'll show you kind of what I said, but that really kind of like put the nail in the coffin, right? It's like excited for today, dive into delivery, client experience, build a program, cultivate and thrive in community. This call was insane. I will say it was nuts. We'll need to watch the recording. He wasn't able to make it. The only coach talking about delivery, the only one getting clients results, right? Could there be a correlation? And yeah. So if nobody's really talking about delivery, how good their program is and how good their client results are, like run for the hills, run the other way. I think that gives you a bit of an insight. You can kind of read between the lines into what their program is actually like on the other side. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you actually want me to make more content about how to build a really good program and stuff like that. Because nobody really talks about that. And that's literally the foundation of your business, right? Like without this, none of this shit matters because you can either spend a lot of time building a really good product and then your customers and your clients sell it for you for the rest of your life, or you don't. And then you're forced to try and sell it the rest of your life, which is probably why you're having a hard time actually selling it and getting new customers. Like just today, signed up a new client. Guess what? Saw one of my ads, talked to some of my clients, and then they said nothing but good things. And he's signing up. right? So it's like, it's not an accident, because when you have a really damn good program, your clients are like thrilled and they're really happy. And like check this out. Pull out my Slack channel again. Like we'll go to my wins. And like, this is just from today. Right now it's 11:22 a.m. So right here, Alberto, $3,000 paid in full. Another inbound lead, right? Oh, here we go. Here's Neil's talking about his community. They're already supporting each other, giving great advice, 20 new messages in the general chat when he woke up. So he came to me like a month and a half ago with no proof of concept, no real offer yet. Like this was before I kind of put my foot down and said, hey, no longer work with total beginners. I just knew I could help him like crank things up. And now he's like, he's gonna have to do like 10K this month. And yeah, it's not by accident. And yesterday, boom, signed a client. Ethan signed 10 last week. And then Hassan, first call, booked from ads. So he did not have any traffic before. And then all of a sudden we started running ads for him. Well, first we built out a VSL, launched it organically in like our first week working together. He did 10K from that. And then that just gave him a lot of money to spend on ads. And then, so closed the first call he booked from ads today, 3K over 2 months. So 1,500 times 2. And he's only spent $200 so far. So like 15x ROAS. So he doesn't have to send messages. He doesn't have to prospect because he's leveraged this. And then we built a VSL, leveraged the middle funnel, and he's really good at sales. So then he just books him in, signs him up, and then boom, all of a sudden he's got customers. It's not by accident that within the first like 3 weeks of working together, he's already made like 13,000. Doesn't happen by accident, right? We're actively building this stuff out together. And so hopefully by kind of showing you guys live examples of how I'm doing this with my clients, that can give you a better look into like how you can actually do it and how it's actually applied on a day-to-day basis. If you thought this video was helpful, let me know down below. Smash the like button. And if you actually want to build leverage in your business and scale and kind of go from this part to this part, just like I did so quickly, then book a call down below. Links in the description. Bring your credit card, go to PayPal credit, get a loan. If you don't have cash, it's like high 4 figures into the 5 figures. So it's not cheap, but I can tell you right now, the program is going to change your life just like it has for all my clients. If you're not convinced yet, go follow me on Instagram at Jeremy_Pogue, and you'll see my client wins every single day on my Instagram stories. And go to my story highlights on my profile, go through all 6 or 7 of those story highlights of client results until you're convinced, and then come to me and we'll get cracking. So till then, keep crushing it. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting me, and see you in the next video.